Before we get into the real soil work, make sure you subscribe to the Evergreen Garden channel and leave a comment below telling us what you're growing this season, because what we're covering today is one of the most overlooked reasons some gardens explode with growth early in spring while others struggle for weeks. This is not about fertilizers, not about seeds, and not about luck. It's about waking up the living engine beneath your feet, dormant soil organisms. Every productive garden begins its season underground long before the first leaf appears. Soil organisms do not die in winter. They slow down, conserve energy, and wait for the right signals. Bacteria, fungi, protozoa, nematodes, and beneficial arthropods all enter a reduced state of activity. If you understand how to revive them correctly, plants gain access to nutrients faster, roots establish earlier, and growth becomes stronger without forcing anything artificially. Cold temperatures, lack of liquid water, reduced oxygen flow, and the absence of fresh carbon inputs are what push soil organisms into dormancy. When soil temperatures drop below about 10 degrees Celsius, most beneficial bacteria slow dramatically, while fungi become less active but remain structurally intact. Early spring revival depends on restoring moisture, warmth, oxygen, and food in the correct order. Skip one and the system lags. Overdo one and you create imbalance. One of the biggest mistakes gardeners make is aggressively tilling soil to warm it up. This breaks fungal networks that took years to establish. Instead, passive warming works better. A dark organic mulch, such as finished compost or leaf mold, absorbs sunlight and raises soil temperature gradually. A 2 to 3 centimeter layer is enough. In raised beds, soil under compost warms up 5 to 7 days earlier than bare soil. This small temperature shift is often enough to restart bacterial activity without stressing fungi. Soil organisms need water, but they do not need saturation. The ideal moisture level for microbial activation is when soil holds together when squeezed, but, crumbles when touched. In practical terms, early spring watering should be light but consistent. For garden beds, apply approximately 5 liters of water per square meter once every 3 to 4 days if rainfall is absent. This maintains microbial respiration without flushing nutrients downward. Overwatering at this stage can create anaerobic pockets that suppress beneficial life. Dormant organisms need accessible carbon before they can mineralize nutrients for plants. This is where, honestly, many gardeners go wrong by adding nitrogen-heavy fertilizers too early. Instead, provide simple, microbe-friendly foods. Diluted compost tea is one of the most effective options. A practical ratio is 1 shovel of finished compost steeped in 10 liters of non-chlorinated water for 12 to 24 hours, stirred occasionally. Apply this directly to the soil, not the leaves. This reintroduces active microbes while supplying soluble carbon compounds that, jumpstart metabolism. In cool soils, phosphorus is often present but unavailable. Mycorrhizal fungi are the key to accessing it. Avoid disturbing soil layers and avoid early high-phosphorus fertilizers, which suppress fungal partnerships. Instead, add small amounts of woody material or leaf mold. A thin layer, about 1 centimeter, is enough to support fungal expansion. In vegetable beds, placing this material slightly away from seed rows encourages roots to seek fungal connections rather than relying on soluble nutrients. Soil organisms require oxygen to metabolize efficiently. Compacted soil suffocates life even if moisture and food are present. Early spring is the right time for gentle aeration without turning soil. Using a broad fork or garden fork, you want to insert it vertically and rock it slightly without lifting soil. This improves gas exchange while preserving structure. 1 pass per square meter is sufficient. Gardens treated this way often show faster root penetration and stronger early growth. Simple sugars act as a fast energy source for microbes emerging from dormancy. Unsulfured molasses is commonly used, but it must be applied carefully. The correct ratio is 1 teaspoon per litre of water, applied once at the beginning of spring. More than this can cause bacterial blooms that outcompete fungi. For gardeners who avoid molasses, diluted plant ferments or soaked grass water can provide similar benefits when used sparingly. Reviving soil organisms does not mean rushing crops into cold ground. Soil life, really needs time to re-establish balance. After applying compost tea, organic mulch and proper moisture, it's best to wait 7 to 10 days before planting. This allows microbial populations to stabilize and nutrient cycling to begin naturally. Gardeners who follow this timing often notice that seedlings require less intervention and show fewer nutrient deficiencies later on. When soil organisms are active early, nitrogen becomes available gradually, phosphorus moves efficiently, and micronutrients are delivered directly to roots through biological pathways. Plants grown in biologically active soil honestly develop deeper roots, stronger stems, and better resistance to stress. This is not theory, it's observable season after season in gardens that prioritize soil life over inputs. Soil does not need to be forced awake. It needs the right signals given calmly and consistently. By warming soil gently, managing moisture correctly, feeding microbes first, preserving structure, and respecting biological timing, you set the stage for explosive yet balanced spring growth. If this guide helped you understand your soil at a deeper level, do subscribe to Evergreen Garden for more serious, practical gardening knowledge. Share this with another gardener who wants better results without shortcuts, and leave a comment below telling us how you revive your soil each spring.